Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 8, 2021. I want to quickly recap stock market activities and trading ideas for next week, best and worst performing stocks, and few good stocks to buy. With that, let's jump in and get started. And from a macro big picture perspective, S&P 500 is almost at all-time high, as you can see here. Dow Jones Industrial Average also at all-time high. Nasdaq is almost at all-time high, and Russell 2000 is a little weaker of the segments here. And as you can see, Russell 2000 is also trying to go up. Earlier this week, it had a very good Thursday and a little bit down day on Friday. And bonds are going down, as you can see here, and interest rate is going up slowly. This should be helping the big banks, as you can think about. With that, crude oil is kind of going down last week. And gold is really getting hammered here. As you can see here, gold is down almost big time last 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we got dollar is gaining some strength here, so that will be impacting commodities like crude oil, gold. That's why these two are down big time. So with that, let's get started and go into a little more details here. As you see here, S&P 500 is all-time high. It's cruising along pretty nicely without too much down pullbacks. And as you look at the skew here, I look at skew very carefully. As you look at the skew here, it reached all-time high of 170. Now it's kind of sort of going down, as you can see here. This is a good news. I would love to see skew around 140 or 130 range. Right now it's a little bit high for me, but I think we are a little bit better than last week. It came down a little bit. That will give us some time to really trade around. So I think it's a good sign. If the skew is above 150, I would be worried. Right now it's 148, so it's okay. Not great, but it's okay. And then we got VIX here. VIX is pretty much stagnant. It's in the same range, kind of drifting down. This is a good opportunity. If you want to hedge, you could buy some VIX long-term call option and hold it for a while. So that looks like a good strategy. You might lose money, but if stock market tanks, you would make some money. It's a hedge type play. So with that, let's look at the big stocks here from a big stock perspective. Off late, as you can think about, all the big names are doing great. Think about Microsoft, Apple. Amazon is really not doing that great. I think Amazon is a very good buying opportunity at this time. This is a 3-month chart, as you can see here. Amazon, after the earnings, stock had a gap down, and right now it's trying to make its way higher. I would buy some Amazon at this time. I'd been accumulating Amazon as it dropped, so it's a good strategy to buy some Amazon and accumulate slowly. We got Andy Jassy at the helm. I think he can take the company to new highs. We got Facebook here. Facebook is a really nice juggernaut. They're doing very well. I think Mark Zuckerberg at the helm, he's doing the right things. All the pullbacks in Facebook is a good buying opportunity. There is a lot of news about Facebook. It's not good, it's addictive. But I think Facebook is also helping a lot of these small companies with their Facebook shops. I think it's a good play. And then we got Google here. Google, I think, is doing very well with the able leadership of Sundar Pichai. As you can see here, last month or so, it's in the trading range pretty much. I would probably wait for a little pullback before I buy some Google. And then you got Netflix. Netflix is still a good buy. Stock came down pretty hard after the earnings. I think it's still a good buy. We could buy some Netflix into this weakness here. And then we got Nvidia. Nvidia is a great stock. It had a stock split earlier. I would buy some Nvidia into any weakness here and go from there. And we got J&J. J&J is almost in the news around the COVID vaccine and some lawsuits here and there. I would buy J&J on any weakness and hold it for a while. PayPal has been going down, as you can see here. It had a nice last 3 days or so. I would buy PayPal into any weakness. It's a great stock. I think this company will do very well. And then you got United Health, one of the great stocks here. I would buy some United Health into this big pullback that we had and hold it for a while. We got Merck here. Merck is a great buy at this time. Merck always gives you trading opportunities, goes up and down nicely. I would buy some Merck at these levels and hold it for a while. And we got Medtronic, same story with the Delta variant making news. All the elective surgeries are a little bit on the hold. That's why Medtronic stock is feeling the pressure here. I would buy some Medtronic. It's a good buy. As you can see here, we got a good support level around 128 or so. And then you got JP Morgan here. No surprise. Interest rates are going up. Good news for JP Morgan. Stock is shooting up, as you can see here. And same story with Berkshire Hathaway. I think they also had a good operating margin. That's why both these stocks are doing well. And then you got Visa. Visa is after doing a little badly, it's doing okay right now. Still a good place to buy at this time. And then you got Home Depot here. Home Depot, after tanking for a while, it's making a nice comeback here. I would buy some Home Depot into any weakness. And now let's look at some of these tier 2 type stocks here. As you look through here, we got Oracle. Oracle is a great play with the able leader of Safra Catz and Larry Ellison. Stock had a big drop after the earnings. It made its way all the way back up. I would I would be a little careful, buy any pullbacks here. They got one more earnings coming up pretty soon. I would probably buy around the earnings time, maybe just after the earnings. Typically this stock tends to trade wildly around earnings. And then you got SAP here. SAP also same story. Both are in the enterprise software market. SAP is, as you can see, are doing all the way nicely right now. This stock also gives very good trading opportunities. I would wait for a little pullback before I pull the trigger on SAP. Shopify, even now you can buy. There's a good support level around 1550 or so, or 1525. You could still buy Shopify at these levels. I think this stock will do very well in the long term. Snap, Snap after the earnings stock shot up. I think CEO Ivan Spiegel is doing very well. I think this is a good stock. I would wait for a little pullback here. I can see this stock going to 100 pretty soon. I would buy this company in any pullbacks. Twitter, as you can see, a good buying opportunity at this time. Stock has fallen down after the earnings. I would buy some Twitter at these levels and hold it for a while. And we got Take-Two Interactive, a lot of news around Take-Two here. I would buy some Take-Two at these levels here and hold it for a while. Able leadership of Strauss-Kahn, I think he will take the company in the right direction. Video games are really in play. I think right now it's companies are taking some pressure with the all these video game makers are undergoing some pressure because people are really going to work doing other things versus playing video games. That's why stocks are under some pressure. Could be a good buying opportunity. Then you got AMD here under able leadership of Dr. Lisa Su. Company is doing great. I would wait for a little pullback. It's okay if you want to buy some at these levels. I think this company is going to do very well. They're going to crush Intel. I think I like Intel also with the new leadership here. And we got vaccine play. We got Moderna here doing great. I would probably wait for a small pullback here. Same story with the BioNTech, BNTX. Probably wait for a little pullback and buy stocks like Moderna, BNTX. American Express doing great. I think this company also had a little rough patch here. I would buy this company on any pullback. Any rebound in travel can help this company. And then we got CVS. CVS has been dropping off late, as you can see here. Company quite couldn't put everything together, looks like. I think I would probably accumulate slowly on this one. No hurry to accumulate, but any down days you can accumulate very slowly. But company has been not doing great off late. And then you got AbbVie. AbbVie is one of my favorite plays. As you can see, a stock is in a good buying territory at this time. I would be a buyer of AbbVie. I think they will do very well as we go forward. EW, Edward Life Sciences, I would wait for a little pullback here. In contrast to Medtronics, this company is doing great. I would probably wait for a little pullback and buy Edwards Life Sciences. And then you got Bank of America, Citigroup, both are doing great after the earnings. I would buy these stocks on any pullback. As there is news around interest rate falling off, these companies will come back down. That could be a good time to buy these stocks. Then we got MasterCard. I think it's still a good buying opportunity. I think the stock has dropped pretty badly. Now they're trying to make their way up. I would buy MasterCard on any pullback. And lows is a good time to buy slowly and accumulate. So with that, let's jump in and look at some of these major ETFs here. I was sorted this by month to date performance. As you can see here at the top, of late looks like utilities, financials, healthcare, real estate, even semiconductors, materials, they're all doing nicely, as you can see here. And on the contrary, we got retail, consumer district discretionary, and IWM Russell 2000. Gold is really doing not bad. I mean, not doing well, and even transportations are really doing badly. I would look at some of these areas here for opportunities. I've highlighted few areas. For example, here we got FXI, China, large cap stocks, RSI is 37. I think this, Chinese FXI, Chinese large cap stocks have been selling off of late. I would buy some China large cap stocks at this time. I think it's time we can slowly start accumulating FXI or China large cap stocks. I'm sure it will go up as we go forward. We have seen this movie before. Stocks will fall down on news like this, then it will make their way up. And same story, energy. You could look at some good stocks in the energy patch and buy them at these levels. Think about Chevron, EOG, ONEOK, and some of those companies. They will do well. I think they're the good ones to buy. And then you got XAR, Aerospace, and EEM. Some of these you can buy slowly into this weakness. Don't chase the stocks that are at the high, for example, QQQ, and even SPY. Some of these are really at all-time high. So I would wait for a little pullback in those names, but you could buy, FXI, XAR, XLE, some of these names, even GLD for that matter, and IYT at these levels. Now we look at small cap monthly winners. So as you see here, a huge performance in 1 month. Flora, which is a cannabis play, went up so well in 1 month. And we got BT, again went up. So before I go into some of these numbers, I want to quickly spend a minute on how this chart is organized. I sorted this by 1 month performance, as you can see here. Typically 1 month performance will give us better buy signals. That's why I sorted by 1 month performance. And the way it's organized is we got the company, the stock price, the market cap. And as you see here, I got some of these insider buys and sells. Anytime you see there is a huge insider buying or selling, it's typically good to pay attention. For example, Bit Digital, BT. There's a huge transaction, purchase here. Institutions are buying, these BT. That's why stock has gone up so wildly, as you can see here, 95% in 1 week, 198% in 2 weeks. This was a great buy. I highlighted this when crypto was out of fashion a month ago. Now, we had a great performance in BT. I've been accumulating this. I'm taking slowly, some money off the table so that way I can still play this game, but still take some money off the plate to buy some other names which are fallen down. And also look at the sales and sales growth. If you're a fundamental person looking at fundamentally good companies, look for the great sales growth. For example, here BT, or even stocks like SCR, BITF, again into Bitcoin, crypto area. Look for greens in the 1 year and quarter over quarter sales growth. If you are a fundamental type trader or investor. But if you are a technical trader, look at things like RSI and look at the price to sales ratio or valuation if you want to. But typically you should look at RSI and the price levels. So as you think through here, I'll pay close attention to RSI. Anytime RSI is below 55, that could be a good opportunity for you to jump in buy, stocks at the buy levels. But if the RSI is greater than 55, you watch out, wait for a little pullback. And we should also look at gross margin, net margin. Anytime you see quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin, if it's above 40, that's a good time to buy some of these companies. But if quarter over quarter growth plus gross margin less than 40, watch out, look at some other confirmations before you buy. And then you got performance here all the way from 1 day performance to 5 years. I added 5 years because many of you want to make sure the company that you're buying is not a one-trick pony. That's why the moment you see stocks that are doing well, even 5 years, for example, we got here SCR and we got AUPH has done nicely even in 5 years, AMRN and some of these stocks, you could really understand, this can be even there may be a good long-term play also. So with that, typically I will not chase the stocks that are doing great of late. But the way to read through this is really if a company has done great in 1 month, is there a small pullback in a shorter term time frame? For example, if you look at HMHC, even though they have done great in 1 month, there is a little pullback in 1 day, and they're still off 5% from all-time high. You could look at such signs. For example, one of my favorites is CCXI. It has done great, but there is a little pullback. They're still off pretty much 78% from all-time high. That's why I highlighted CCXI here. That could be a good long-term play even up here. And if you want to look at some trends here, all the cryptocurrency stocks have done great of late. BTBT, BITF, and also I think we got HUT here and a couple more here like Canon, which is into hardware play. So typically look for the trends as usual, but don't chase when the stocks are high. Look for a little pullback. For example, CCXI could be a good one, and take it from there. Next, we look at small cap monthly losers. Typically, losers are great ones to play. You got to be a little careful on how to buy. For example, stocks like GoTo here. It's a Chinese online education play. After Chinese government basically said these companies cannot make money in the K through 12 sector in the online education. That's why all these stocks have gone down drastically. So unless you're a counter trend type trader, you would not buy GoTo at these levels. As you can see here, stock has dropped 98% in from 52-week high, and it's showing no signs pretty much of improvement, dropping in 1 year, 6 month, 3 month, all the way to 1 day. So unless you're a counter trend trader, trading against the conventional wisdom, you would not pick this stock up. But typically, sometimes I put little money into these type of stocks just to see how they do, because I like to play some counter trend once in a while. So it's okay, but understand you might lose money. Don't put all the money into a stock like GoTo, thinking it will go up pretty nicely. It might be long-term play. It may or may not work out, especially because you don't see a bounce in the shorter-term play here. I have highlighted few here. You could look at other ones too. For example, FGEN FibroGen. It's a good biotech play here. Stock has been dropped off so drastically, 76% from 52-week high. dropped off 45% in 1 month, showing some progress in the near term. For example, 2 week 4% improvement and 1 week 6% improvement. Solid fundamentals. There is a good 1 year quarter over quarter sales growth, nice gross margin. That's why companies like this one, I would always put some money when they're down like this, and hold it for a while. It might take a while to play out, but they will do nicely. And then you got Ashford here. The reason I highlighted Ashford is mainly because insiders are buying the stock, 151% insider transactions. That's a good sign that insiders are thinking there's a great value in the stock. And as you see here, because insiders are buying in the near term, in 1 day stock shot up. So that's a good sign here. And similarly, I would look at something like ATOS here. Even though it's a $3 stock, there is some improvement in the nearer term, 1 day and 1 week. That tells you this may be a good opportunity for this company to make a turnaround. You could buy slowly, stocks like this one here, ATOS. And I got also stocks like FINV, Workhors. Both, as you can see here, stocks have been doing so badly of late. Right now, RSI is pretty low here. And as you scan through here, insiders are selling a little bit on the Workhorse, and even institutions are selling. So these two are really, place where it's a counter trend. You could buy some, don't put too much money. You could buy some and hold it for a while. And then you got Party City here. Party City, as you can see, it's an improvement in 1 day chart here. So that's why you could buy some of these stocks, even though it's battered down so much. Even though there is not too much on the fundamental side, you could buy some of these stocks for a bounce back because they've been battered so badly. And same story with Cinemark here. As you can see, there's some improvement in 1 day and 1 week. No fundamentals. If you're a fundamental trader, you would not trade Cinemark here. And then we got Vuzix, VUZI. I think this one has got great fundamentals here. Sales growth is there. There is a nice gross margin. Handily beats rule of 40, where quarter over quarter sales growth and gross margin beats is above 40. I would buy some Vuzix into this weakness and hold it for a while. And same story, we got AVXL stock got really dropped and crashed last week. It's showing some progress now, as you can see here in a 1 week chart. And HIMS, same story, it's showing some progress now. You could slowly buy and accumulate. So that's in a nutshell about small cap monthly losers. You could also look at other plays that I may not have highlighted. If you like some of those, you could play them too. Typically, understand how you want to trade. If you're a fundamental trader, look for greens in 1 year and quarter over quarter sales growth, and also look for greens in gross margin. If you're a counter trend trader, look for everything battered down, everything looks ugly, all red, and buy some, don't put too much money. For example, stocks like ZY, or even stocks like GoTo as an example. That's where you got to be a little careful not to put too much money. Have too many eggs in the basket. Don't trade one or two stocks with all your money. So with that, we got mid-cap monthly winners here. Same story, 1 month performance. Sorted by 1 month performance here. As you see here, we should not chase. As you look through RSI here, RSI is all pretty much above 55. I would not chase these stocks at these levels. I would let these come down a little bit and then buy these. If you have to trade some stocks off this list, look for stocks that are at least 10% pulled back from 52-week high. You could look at some of those and go from there. And next we got mid-cap monthly losers. I typically pay very close attention to the loser list because they can turn into winners. As you see here, we got, I highlighted few stocks here First is Nikola. Nikola, as you can see, after dropping pretty much, is showing some progress here out by some Nikola. And also we talked about TGTX earlier. It's a great story here. Stock has been dropping off pretty badly here. Out by some TGTX at these levels as a counter trend trader. Great sales growth as you can see here. And same story, I love stocks like QFIN here. They had some issues earlier. Stock has been selling off pretty bad. I would put some money into this and hold it for a while. And even stocks like Skills and Huya, you could put some money. Even Huya, there is a good sales growth also, as you can see here. And Zynga, this one I think stock is dropping. As a counter trend trader, you could buy some Zynga into this. They got great sales growth, as you can see here. And next two here, Virgin Galactic and Fastly. I think Virgin Galactic is making its turnaround slowly. Still RSI is 49. I would still buy some spice into any little pullbacks. And Fastly, I think they had a bad quarterly earnings and stock sold off. I would buy some at these levels here and hold it for a while. And then you got stocks like RIG, STEM, FCEL, same story, showing some improvements in the near term. It may be time for these to bounce back slowly. And then you got a few more here, DDD, Upwork, Lemonade, ChargePoint. All of them are kind of showing, at least some of them are showing strength in the near term. Others are good counter trend trading opportunities like ChargePoint. I think it's a great one. It will slowly start going up. And the moment you see some progress in the nearer term, 1 day and 1 week, that's a tell. The stocks are telling you, hey, you know what? We can only go down so much. We are going to turn around slowly and make our way up. So that's why you should look at, even though they're off, dropped so highly in 1 month or 3 months or 6 months, if they show some progress in 1 day, 1 week, they're going to turn around slowly. That's one way of the stocks telling you, hey, you know what, we are done getting punishment. We'll make our way up. So next we'll look at large cap monthly winners. Same story. We will not chase any stocks that are going high. As you can see here, I have sorted these by monthly performance here. Stock at the top, bio and tech. Vaccine play doing great. Same story with the Moderna. I would not touch these levels. If I have to buy something, I would probably look at stocks like Snowflake, for example, high valuation but still down 35% from 52-week high. I think it's a good one to buy on any pullback. RSI is 61 right now. And you could also look at stocks like XP as an example. RSI, it's high RSI. I would not touch that. So typically we don't chase when the stocks are doing high, but we would look for little pullbacks and then buy. As an example, Zoom Info was great a couple weeks ago. Right now RSI is 76. After the earnings, we would not touch. Typically, stocks like Zoom Info, they also give very good opportunity. They go up and down, especially on the earnings. This earnings was great. That's why stock took off. I think it's a great one. So with that, let's jump in here, look at large cap monthly losers. Here we have sorted by 1 month performance. Stock at the top has lost the most in 1 month. Chinese real estate play, which is BKE, something like Zillow of China. So if you're a counter trend trader, you could buy some Zillow at the BKE or KE holdings at these levels. I'm sure they will do well in the long run. And I've highlighted a few stocks here. Lufax showing some progress in the near term 1 day chart. You could buy some slowly. It's again a Chinese stock here. And YMM full truck, as you can see here, institutions are buying this company. There's a huge institution transaction for YMM. And as you see here, stock has gone up pretty nicely in 1 week and 2 week. You could buy this company on a pullback, but not at this time. It's been doing nicely of late. On the other hand, stocks like FUTU, BILI, again two Chinese stocks here, they got battered, as you can see here. But FUTU, it's a Hong Kong stock. As you can see here, it's showing some progress. I would buy some FUTU at these levels. And also if you're a counter trend trader, you could buy slowly BILI and accumulate. And I love Pinterest. Pinterest, I think they had a little bit bad earnings. Stock is still dropping. I would buy some Pinterest at these levels. Nice, the sales growth, nice gross margin. It's good to buy stocks like Pinterest, when they're on sale. And then you got a couple more here, like again Chinese play, Tencent, DD could be a good opportunity for a counter trend trading here. And Tencent has got a great fundamentals also, as you can see here. And PIN I would put in the same category. Chinese stock, I think it's been battered of late. I would buy some PIN and accumulate slowly. This stock also trades widely. I'm sure this will go up as Chinese stocks try to consolidate. Same story with GDS. I think it's showing some improvement in the near term. I would buy some slowly and hold it for a while. Then you got a couple more I've highlighted here: Las Vegas Sands, NetEase, GoDaddy. I think all these are good ones to buy slowly and accumulate. And then you got StoneCo, Suncor, Spot. I think this one also good to buy. And Exact Sciences, as you can see here, RSI is 34. You could buy some Exact Sciences at these levels. I think this will also do very well. And if you're a counter trend trader, you could also buy some Plug Power, even though there is no, sales growth here. I'd say, this company also will do well. You could buy some of Plug Power at these levels and hold it. And last but not least, I got Zillow here. Zillow is a great play. Stock dropped last week. Right now it's going down, as you can see here. I love stocks like Zillow. I would buy some and accumulate slowly. These stocks will turn around nicely as situation improves. And then you got mega cap monthly winners. Same story. We will not chase, but if you were to buy some, buy one or two, you could look at Disney here. As you see here, Disney RSI is 51 and stock is down 13% from 52-week high. You could buy some Disney. And as you scan through here, RSI is pretty much above 55 almost all places, but you could wait for a little pullback and buy some of the stocks here. So if you look at the mega cap monthly losers here, here you should look at stocks like Amazon. As we talked about, Amazon has been dropping off late, showing some strength now. And same story with Alibaba. You could buy some of these stocks and accumulate slowly. I'm sure they will do well. And I love PayPal. PayPal has been dropping off of late. I would buy some PayPal and also Netflix. I think they will do well. And we got a couple more here: Nvidia, Taiwan Semi, Verizon. For the folks who want to get some dividend income, Verizon is a great play. We got MasterCard, again a great play here. You could buy some of those into this weakness. So I think those are the ones I would play slowly and go from there. And next we'll look at few charts here and see how to spot some of these stocks here. First one I have here is FGEN FibroGen. It's a biotech play here. Charts by Thinkorswim, as you can see here. And I've got here multiple moving averages for you. We got a 200-day moving average, that's the red line. And we got a 100-day moving average, that's the yellow line. And we got 50-day moving average here and a 25-day moving average. Right now, FibroGen, I think its earnings is on 8/9, which is Monday. So right now, stock has been sold off pretty drastically. Gap down, gap down, gap down. So because stock has been sold off so drastically, any good news on the earnings, stock can go up. That's why, if you want to buy some FibroGen, it's a good time to buy because stock is good, but it's been punished so much. I think any good news, stock should go up now. And then you got Workhors here, same story, earnings on Monday. Stock has been pretty much battered, as you can see here. I think this one also is a good one to accumulate. Any good news, this stock will also go up. And then you got Virgin Galactic, Sir Richard Branson's company. This company clearly has got its up and downs, all the way shot up, came down. went up, came down, and I think it had earnings also on Friday. After the earnings, company is trying to go up. I would buy this company on any pullback. This company, goes up and down pretty nicely, along with its colorful leader, Sir Richard Branson. And then we got Upworks here. Upworks, as you can see here, it also had its earnings. Stock is clocked. It's down big time. It's trying to reach its 200-day moving average, not quite. So I would buy some Upwork at these levels and hold it for a while. And along with the Upwork, if you want to look at stocks in the same sector, I also like Fiverr, FVRR. That's again a good stock to buy and hold for a while. And next we look at one more here, 3D play, DDD. It's again stock is showing some up and down, up and down. Right now there is some strength. It's above its 200-day moving average, trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average and other moving averages, as you can see here. I would buy some DDD on any pullback and hold it for a while. Then you got Lemonade here. Lemonade had earnings on Friday. Stock has been clocked, as you can see here. I think it's a good play. I would accumulate Lemonade at these levels and hold it for a while. And then you got Fastly, same story. Fastly earnings was on Friday. Stock got hammered. And I think right now it's trying to make its way higher, as you can see here. I would buy some Fastly at these levels and hold it for a while. And next one, we got FUTU here. FUTU is again Hong Kong based stock market trading company here. It's a trading company, something like TD Ameritrade or Schwab as an example. Stock has dropped off so drastically, as you can see here of late. Earnings is coming up in 17 days. I would accumulate this company. Typically when the stock has dropped off before the earnings, company shot up nicely after the earnings. I would expect same thing from this company here. After the earnings, stock should go up nicely. And we got one more page here. We got BILI, again a Chinese stock here. Stock is clocked. It's hammered pretty much. Right now, I think it's a good buying opportunity and accumulating opportunity here. Earnings is coming up in 9 days. IB percentile is a little high. If you're an options trader, don't buy any options here. Instead, buy the stock slowly and accumulate. And next we have NetEase, again Chinese play here. Stock has been battered pretty badly, as you can see here. Earnings is in 9 days. This company also will do well. I would accumulate this company and hold it for a while. It's very hard to see a company stock like NetEase below 100. I think it's a great opportunity. And then you got GoDaddy here. GoDaddy, same story. Stock dropped after the earnings. This stock is very predictable. Stock drops, takes off after the earnings, drops, takes off, drops. You can see this stock bouncing pretty nicely. I would buy some GoDaddy into this weakness here and hold it for a while. And last one is StoneCo. It's a Brazil-based fintech play. I would buy this stock also into this weakness. Earnings is in three days. Because stock has been pulling off so badly, any good news in the earnings, it can make the stock go up. Now we look at one more here. We got Spotify. Spotify earnings was on Friday. Stock is showing some signs of improvement here. I would buy some Spotify. If you talk to any teenager or anybody who loves music, they'll love Spotify. I think they're also adding podcast. I think this will be a good long-term play. And then we got Zillow here. Zillow stock dropped after the earnings. I would buy some Zillow here into this weakness. It's a good one to play real estate game. And then we got Amazon.com. Same story. Stock dropped after the earnings. Able leadership of Andy Jassy. I think he can lead the company nicely. I would buy some Amazon into this weakness. And last one is Disney. Disney stock has been in the trading range for a while. Earnings is in next 4 days. Any good news on Disney Plus or even some of these parks, amusement parks? Any good news there? Stock can go up. So I would be a buyer of Disney slowly and accumulate. If you want to wait for the earnings, you could do that too. But if you want to accumulate slowly a little bit before the earnings, I think that's a good one. So with that, you might be wondering, how do you buy stock? There are so many stocks, so much news. What do I do? So what typically I would look for is really, I would look for the stocks that are oversold, meaning RSI is less than 50 or 55. And if they're recovering in the nearer term or a shorter term time frame, like 1 week or 2 week, I would buy a little bit of the stock. And I would always buy or sell in stages. For example, I bought ton of BT, which is a a crypto play, and now I'm selling slowly in stages. I'm not in a hurry, but I have some nice gains. I will sell slowly. So one of the key line is really always buy and sell in stages. If you buy a stock which is really doing terribly badly, don't put all the money at once. Buy a little bit. Maybe if you want to buy 200, buy maybe 50 at once, and then add a little more later. So it's always good to buy in stages. That way you don't get burned too badly. And look for stocks that are consolidating for a while and then showing some signs of bullishness. I think this will tell you, hey, what is the time? Did the time come for this stock to turn around? If there is some signs in the nearer term, that clearly tells you turnaround is in works. And for the stocks that are nearing 52-week high, you have seen the 1 month high as example in the previous charts. Look for a small pullback before buying. Don't buy when the stocks are so high or a full octane type mode. Instead, wait for a little pullback and then buy those stocks. And if the stocks are nearing 52-week low, or even stocks that are severely burnt because of the earnings or FDA approval issues, look for a sign of a small increase before buying. So that way stocks got punished enough and they cannot take any more. That's the sign for you to buy slowly. And then look for when there is a huge drop, look for some sign of bullishness before you commit too much money. It's okay to put some money into the really ugly drop, but look for some signs of bullishness before you commit more and more money. And when the high short ratio can be a good catalyst, especially when the stock has been battered so badly, that could be a good time to really put some money. Look for some high short ratio stocks that are burnt out, and you could buy some. Any good news, this can be a catalyst for stock to go up. And also look for insiders or institutions buying the stock. That tells you there is some good conviction. For example, BT, it has a huge insider transaction that tells you there is at least some of these hedge funds are buying the company. And typically, if you're a fundamentally inclined investor, look for fundamentally good companies. Look for positive sales growth, positive gross margin. Look for the rule of 40, meaning quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40. And also, when there is a secular growth biotech stocks that those are down badly, it's okay to buy some. Even though things are really really ugly, it's okay to buy some into the bad news, and then slowly add as we go forward, buy in stages like we talked about. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.